Well, one thing we know is that early in life, say between the ages of 1 and 2 years, girls don't like pink particularly yet. In fact, both boys and girls prefer pinky reddish colors. And one thing we're trying to find out right now is at what age does this preference for pink emerge? We know that by the age of about 4 to 6, girls begin to be strongly interested in pink. So we're trying to find out when does this begin to happen and why.
Okay, and it didn't used to be the case that we assumed that pink was for girls and blue was for boys, did it either?
Historically, in the early 20th century, pink was for boys. So this changed at some point, and I think has become something of a marketing tool for selling products to girls.
Well, I suppose once we know that there's a preference like that, retailers obviously will take advantage of it.
Absolutely. If you go down any toy aisle, the girls' aisle is just a shocking pink fluffy parade, whereas the boys, you've got a mix of all the colours. So it's definitely something that they've jumped on and run with.
And because it works, I mean, you know, the numbers stack up, do they? It's simple as that.
It does seem to be the case. Certainly if I ask my daughter what's her favourite colour, pink will feature in the list, although she's now diversifying a little. But if she sees anything in the supermarket that's pink and fluffy, and it doesn't have to be a toy exactly, you know, it could be stationery, it could be paper plates and cups, she is drawn to it because she feels, perhaps as a little girl, that she should be buying things that are pink.
Okay, so what, I mean, I guess you're trying to find this out, whether it happens because it's being marketing towards young girls, or it's because they have a natural affinity to the colour. You don't know, do you know the answer yet?
Well, what we think happens is that girls have a natural affinity towards certain toys, as do boys. So girls have a natural affinity towards dolls, and boys to things like cars and trucks and weapons. And the toys that girls and boys have a natural affinity towards are colored different colors. Other people have found that we like colors that are associated with things that give us pleasure. So because they like playing with those toys, they begin to like the color of those toys. And at the same time, from about the age of 3 to 6, children aren't certain that their gender will continue on, that they wouldn't change gender if they played with the wrong things. So at these ages, they're very rigid about playing with sex-type toys and about color preferences.
What influence, if any, do parents have over the colour their child likes? Because parents have a huge part to play, because they're the ones ultimately who are paying for the things, aren't they? I mean,
yes, they buy them, but the peers have a bigger influence than the parents, we think. The peer group pressure at this age is very strong, and parents tend to want to do what their children want. So if their daughter wants a pink thing, they're likely to buy it for them. And of course this becomes a repeating loop, so that they want the pink thing, the parent buys the pink thing, they learn to like the pink thing even more.
Claire, this is a pretty cynical move, isn't it, by retailers, if they think that a particular colour works. I mean, could they change the colour?
Well, I mean, they could, but it doesn't appear to be only restricted to little girls. There are examples now, and I think it's come about in the last 10 years, as far as I can recall, that products typically associated with adults and not necessarily gender specific are also now offered in pink. You can buy a fridge, a microwave, a food blender, a car, a television in pink. There are phones available in pink, and even my 84-year-old grandmother carries a pink digital camera. So it just appears that fashion colours have become part of the retail assortment, and they have added to that now. Because pink was popular, perhaps you now see the emergence of blues and greens and other various bright colours.
where does the Pink Panther fit into all this? I mean, it never occurred to me in the least that Pink Panther had anything to do with kind of girlishness. I mean, the Pink Panther was pink, and he was a kind of cool, and I thought, male.
Well, pink didn't used to, we have to remember, pink didn't used to be exclusively for girls. So the Pink Panther predates, I think, the obsession
well, that would be the 1970s.
Pink. I think the Pink Panther's a little older than that, actually. But and I think this pinkification has been relatively recent.
Have you just made up that word?
I think I've heard it before.
Pinkification.
That's a good word.
Use it in the Scrabble.
Yes, exactly.